Yes, well, so the situation as regards the so-called investment clause is as follows. The clause concerns the application of Article 5.1 of Regulation 1466 from 1997, which is the regulation that governs the preventive arm of the Stability and Growth Pact, and which is one of the regulations that was amended subsequently by the six-pack. Apologies for all the jargon, but just so you have the reference. The application of this clause was explained by the Commission last year on the 3rd of July by Vice President Rehn in a letter to finance ministers. The aim of this was to facilitate growth-enhancing investment in Europe at a time of largely negative economic circumstances, while respecting fully the rules of the Stability and Growth Pact. The letter explained that a temporary deviation from the path towards a member state's medium-term objective, so a path towards a more balanced budget in structural terms, could be allowed, provided that the country was respecting the requirements concerning debt and deficit under the Pact, and that the deviation was accounted for by national co-financing of EU-funded projects. Now, the letter specified that this possibility was related to the prevailing economic conditions at the time, specifically a large negative output gap, so growth being significantly below potential in a number of countries, and it specified that once these temporary conditions were no longer in place and the member state in question is forecast to return to positive growth, any deviation allowed would have to be compensated within an agreed time path. Now, our spring forecast points to an improving economic outlook, which is of course good news, and points to a recovery spreading across the EU and becoming broader based. A final assessment of the possible application of the investment clause in 2015, because it was also made clear last year that this would be assessed on an annual basis in the autumn, will be made once we have our autumn forecasts available in November, and this will of course take into account the situation in different countries. But as I say, the spring forecast points to positive growth in all EU member states at the moment. So.